Today's lesson is called Bill Gates Giving Back. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
I'm Roger. Today we're going to continue talking about Bill Gates. Maybe you've heard of him. Maybe you know who he is. If you don't know who he is, well, you should have been listening to our program last time because we reminded you that he used to be the richest man in the world. He's the fella who founded Microsoft. We owe all our computer organizing programs or operating systems, especially if you're using a PC, to him and his partner, Paul Allen, who unfortunately passed away recently. But Bill Gates is still around, and he's got lots of money, but he's no longer the richest man in the world. Well, maybe sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't. He has this title off and on, but the reason that he's often not the richest man in the world is because he believes in giving back to humanity. He's made a life for himself. He's made tons of money, and he wants to contribute to the welfare of society.
There you go. Bill Gates could be the richest man on Earth if he wanted to, okay? All he would have to do is to hold on to his Microsoft stock. He's got tons of it, and give it to someone to invest it for him, and he would make more money than you could ever believe. He'd be the richest person on Earth. But Bill Gates wants to give that money away. Remember, he believes that giving back to society is a basic responsibility of the wealthy. So he could be the richest man on Earth, but what's the point of that? It's more important to give back and to fight the good fight. So yes, he's not currently the richest man on Earth, but he's not the richest man on Earth for a good and noble reason. What a guy. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. When we come back, we'll be learning more about Bill Gates, this guy who wants to give it back in spades.
The Gates Foundation works with partners around the world on a large range of projects that help improve people's quality of life. One of these, the Reinvent the Toilet Challenge, aims to create cleaner, more affordable toilets to give more people access to safe sanitation. The charity has since supported a project that plans to stop malaria by altering mosquitoes' genes, causing their young to die before reaching adulthood.
各位好，第一部分我们看到的单字是名词 sanitation， 指公共卫生或卫生条件。例如 The superintendent of the department store wants to provide a good shopping environment, so he is very picky when it comes to sanitation. 这间百货公司的督察希望能提供更好的购物环境，所以他对公共卫生非常挑剔。再来，我们看到单字 malaria， 这个字是名词，指疟疾，像是 The malaria vaccine is still in the developing stage. 治疗疟疾的疫苗还在研发的阶段。接着我们看到动词 alter， 有改变或变更之意。举例来说 Mary altered the recipe to suit the taste buds of the locals. Mary 变更了食谱以迎合当地人的味蕾。另外，补充与 alter 相关的单字，在字尾加上 native alternative 可以当名词也可以当形容词。当名词时，指可供选择的事物或替代品。所以可以说 We have no other alternative than to hold the party in the park. 我们除了在公园举办派对，没有其他的选择了。而当形容词时，可以用来形容供选择的或替代的，像是 We should ask Matt if he can come up with an alternative approach. 我们应该问问 Matt 是否能想出替代的方案。
Okay, everybody, let's continue talking about Bill Gates and the Bill Gates Foundation, which we talked about last time. He set that up with his wife, Melinda, as a way to contribute to the welfare of humanity. And again, that's the Gates Foundation. So here in the first paragraph for today, it says, The Gates Foundation works with partners around the world on a large range of projects that help improve people's quality of life. So the Gates Foundation doesn't work alone. They find partners or people to work with in different parts of the world. And they've got a large range of projects, all sorts of different projects to help out humanity. And again, these projects help improve people's quality of life. And that's what we want to do, make life better for people around the world.
Yes, and one of these projects, the Reinvent the Toilet Challenge, aims to create cleaner, more affordable toilets to give more people access to safe sanitation. And here I'm not joking around, okay? A big problem that people are trying to solve right now has to do with the toilet, okay? Bill Gates wants people to rethink and to reinvent the toilet. He wants people to put their brains toward figuring out how to make a better and more sanitary toilet.
Indeed. And of course, here in Taiwan, we've got two kinds of toilets. We've got the squat type and we've got the sit type. But we're not talking about improving toilets that we already have. In different parts of the world, people don't really have good toilets. And we've got some sanitation problems with sewage, and sewage is not being treated well, and lots of diseases are being spread because of sewage and things like that. So that's what he's trying to do. That's how he is trying to improve people's lives, by reinventing the toilet. And he wants them to have better access to safe sanitation, which means having clean water and being able to get rid of your sewage, your poop and your pee, in a clean manner that does not spread germs.
There you go. You're talking about sanitation there, especially as it has to do with the toilet. And yes, we're not joking around. A new toilet, a rethought, a reinvented toilet could solve a whole lot of the world's problems as far as sanitation is concerned. Yeah, clean water, there's not poop and pee all over the place. Yeah, a good toilet would solve a lot of these issues as far as sanitation is concerned. So, the charity has since supported a project that plans to stop malaria by altering mosquitoes' genes, causing their young to die before reaching adulthood. And yes, this is just one of the things that the Gates Foundation is doing. It's one thing, but it's a big deal. If they can stop malaria, that will really, really help or be a boon to parts of the developing world, especially there in Africa. Anyways, before we move on, we've got two vocabulary words to talk about. The first of these is the word gene. G-E-N-E. We're not talking about cowboy pants. J-E-A-N-S. Those blue denim pants that people wear all the time. No, no, no. Here we're talking about something that's inside our DNA. Well, not exactly. DNA is a little bit smaller, but specifically, a gene is a part of a chromosome that is passed from parents to their children. It's a single part of your genetic makeup that determines how you look, etc. Now, let's make this a little bit clearer. There's a gene that determines the color of your eyes. There's a gene that determines the color of your hair. There's a gene that determines what type of earlobes you will have, so on and so forth. That's a part of us. It's a part of our genetic structure and our DNA there that tells you how you are going to be. And yes, you get these genes from your parents. They're transported on these things called chromosomes. C-H-R-O-M-O-S-O-M-E-S. Chromosomes. Now, before we move on, we also have the word adulthood. Adulthood is the state of being an adult. If you're a child, you are in childhood. If you are an adult, you are in adulthood. Yes, adulthood is the mature period of your life that comes between childhood and then old age.
Indeed. So these mosquitoes carry disease and they spread malaria, which I think is 疟疾病 in Chinese. So, of course, the mosquitoes are the trouble here. So they alter or change their genes. And then the young mosquitoes will die before they actually grow up. And therefore, they won't be able to spread this disease. And hopefully, they'll stop malaria. And hopefully, that will contribute to reinventing the toilet as well. Okay, let's move on now to the next part of our lesson. We're going to listen to it first, and then we'll discuss it.
Besides philanthropy work, Gates is also passionate about reading. He says reading encourages a sense of curiosity, which was essential to his own success. To spread that curiosity and share his knowledge, he keeps a blog with book reviews and more. Last year, he recommended Factfulness, an optimistic book written to transform how we think about the world. Gates thinks the Earth would be a better place if more people read the book. So much so that he offered a free download of it to anyone graduating from a U.S. university in 2018.
第二部分我们看到名词 philanthropy 指慈善事业，例如 James has given up running the day-to-day operations to concentrate on his philanthropy. James 放弃经营他每日的工作，而专注在他的慈善事业上。另外，补充 philanthropy 相关的单字 philanthropic P-H-I-L-A-N-T-H-R-O-P-I-C philanthropic 为它的形容词，表示慈善的，有慈善精神的。所以可以说 It's great to see huge companies establishing philanthropic funds, both nationally and worldwide. 很开心可以看到许多大型公司创立全国性及全球性的慈善基金。接下来我们看到单字 passionate， 这个字是形容词，指有热忱的或热情洋溢的。我们常常使用 be passionate about， 表示对点点点充满热情或热忱。举例来说 Vivian is passionate about surfing, so she does it every weekend. Vivian 对冲浪充满热情，所以她每周末都去冲浪。另外，去除字尾的 ate 则可以成为它的名词 passion， 指热情或热爱。像是 Laura's passion for reading is the reason why she decides to become a writer. Laura 对阅读的热爱是她决定成为作家的原因。最后我们看到动词 recommend， 指推荐或建议。例如Agnes recommended the new Disney movie as a good family film for Brenda to take her kids to see. Agnes 推荐新的迪士尼电影是部适合合家观赏的佳片 Brenda 可以带小孩去看。而在 recommend 的字尾加上 ation 则成为名词 recommendation， 有推荐或推荐性之意。我们可以说 The man applying for the new job brought recommendations from people he had worked for in the past. 那个男人找新工作时带着旧雇主写的推荐信。
All right, first and foremost, Bill Gates wants to give back. But he can't give back all the time. Apparently, sometimes Bill Gates likes to curl up in a nice cozy chair and read a book. Seriously, I'm not kidding. Get this. Besides philanthropy work, Gates is also passionate about reading. The guy likes to read.
He does. He likes to read books, and so, of course, he's busy with philanthropy work, which, of course, is helping out people who are less fortunate than we are, doing charity work, you could also say. But he's passionate about reading. That means he really, really likes it. Some people might be passionate about investing in the stock market, or they might be passionate about baseball. But Bill Gates, he likes to sit down, kick up his feet, and do some reading. He says reading encourages a sense of curiosity, which was essential to his own success. Curiosity is all about being curious. Curiosity is the noun, of course. That's when you have a strong desire or you really want to learn new things. You're curious about things. Of course, we always say that children are very curious or they have lots of curiosity. They want to check things out. They want to learn new information, etc. So he thinks that reading makes you more curious or encourages a sense of curiosity. And he says that was important or was essential to his own success. If he did not have that curiosity, he would not be the successful man that he is today.
Yeah, if he didn't have curiosity, he wouldn't have succeeded the way that he has. By the way, yes, curiosity is the desire to learn. That's all there is to it. You can say, curiosity killed the cat. Look up that particular idiom. That's a good one. Anyways, moving on. Let's talk about how Bill Gates wants to spread curiosity, to spread that curiosity, okay? To spread it and share his knowledge as well. He keeps a blog with book reviews and more. Bill Gates, besides, trying to end malaria and giving away billions of dollars and trying to save the human race and reading all the time, he also keeps a blog. He writes in a blog, maybe on a daily or a weekly basis, and he tells people about the books that he has read. He writes book reviews, and that's not all. He keeps this blog. It has book reviews and more.
So if you want to do some reading and you want to find some recommendations, you should check out Bill Gates' blog. He might have some suggestions for you. Let's talk about one particular suggestion that he had in his blog. Last year, he recommended Factfulness, an optimistic book written to transform how we think about the world. So he probably recommends books all the time, but last year he especially recommended this book with the title Factfulness. Okay, so we've got the verb to recommend. That means you tell someone else that you think they should do this, especially if you have some knowledge in that field. If you're an English teacher, for example, you might recommend some reading for your students because you think that would help them out. And he recommended this book, Factfulness. Okay, check it out. Go on Amazon.com and see if it's available. What is Factfulness? Well, it's a book that is very optimistic, which means you look forward to the future. You think good things are going to happen in the future. And he thinks this book, or at least this book was written to change or transform how we think about the world. I guess so we're not so pessimistic about the world to make us more optimistic and stop thinking that the world is going to end soon because of nuclear war or because of climate change or because antibiotics are going to stop working or because the bee populations are disappearing, etc., etc. No. Everything tells us that the world is going to pot, but this book tells us not to think that way. No, things are going to get better in the future.
Gosh, is the world really going to end for all of those reasons? All of a sudden, I'm feeling really bad. Maybe I should read this book, Factfulness. That'll give me an optimistic view of the world so I don't feel like everything is going to die soon. Oh my gosh. Anyways, let's get back to Gates. He's an optimistic guy. Gates thinks the earth would be a better place if more people read the book Factfulness. So much so that he offered a free download of it to anyone graduating from a U.S. university in 2018. How about that? Now, here we've got the phrase, so much so that. This phrase means to this extent, to this degree. Yes, he believes that this book is great. How much does he believe this, though? To what extent or degree does he believe this, though? He believes that it's such a good book that everyone should read it. So he said, all right, if you have graduated from a U.S. university 2018, I will give you a free download of this book because I want you to read it. I think that you can read this because you're a college graduate, and I believe that you're in a position to absorb this information and then act on it as a college graduate just entering the job force. Then we also have the word download to talk about. Here the word download is being used as a noun. It's something that you download from the internet. Yes, the word is being used as a noun in this sentence, but very often it's also used as a verb. Yes, to download something is to copy something from the internet or maybe from another computer or something like that. Yes, when you download something, you move it from the internet and you move it onto your computer. And yes, once you've downloaded something, you can call that thing a download.
Indeed, and that's how we're using it here. You can get a free download from the internet if you graduated from an American university in the year 2018. We're going to move on now to the final part of our lesson right now, but first, let's listen to it.
With his drive and passion for learning, Bill Gates has built not only an amazingly successful business, but also a hugely impactful charity. His efforts are sure to leave a mark on humankind for many years to come.
All right, folks, it's time for us to wrap up our article on Bill Gates. With his drive and passion for learning, Bill Gates has built not only an amazingly successful business, but also a hugely impactful charity. Yes, this charity really does have an impact, I should say, worldwide.
Indeed. So he's got this drive, this passion, this desire for learning. He likes reading. He likes giving back to society, etc. So he's built this amazingly successful business, but he has this very influential charity or impactful charity. Impactful does mean it's influential. It's having a great impact or influence or effect on the world. And lots of people have been helped by his charity, or at least the charity that he has founded with his wife Melinda. And his efforts are sure to leave a mark on humankind for many years to come. Here we've got the phrase to leave a mark on something. That just means to have an influence on something.
There you go. If you leave a mark on something, you do something memorable. You do something important or meaningful that people remember. You don't stain something or leave a smudge on something. No. This phrase has a positive meaning behind it. Okay, folks, with that, it's time for us to say goodbye for now, but don't worry, the Chinese teacher is on the way.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 比尔盖茨和他的妻子创立了自己的慈善机构，跟世界各地的伙伴合作各式各样的计划来帮助人们改善生活品质。那其中一项计划是要终止疟疾，藉由改变蚊子的基因，让幼虫在变成成虫之前就死亡。那这边有一个单字 adulthood， 我们知道 adult 是成年人，后面加上名词字尾 HOOD hood， 它表示时期。成年人时期，那就表示成年期咯。好，同样的 childhood 是孩子的时期，那就表示童年。其实 hood 这个字尾呢，还可以用来表达状态、情况或者是性质。像 likelihood， 它是拼作 LIKELIHOOD， 那这个字就是由 likely 表示可能的，然后加上 hood 表示状态，合在一起 likelihood 就表示可能性。还有 falsehood， falsehood 它是拼作 FALSEHOOD， 那这个字由 false 表示假的、谬误的或是不真实的，加上 hood 表示情形，那么 falsehood 就表示虚假、谬误或者是谎言。另外还有 brotherhood 跟 sisterhood 这两个字当中呢， hood 它表示具有相同属性或是拥有共同情况的个体们。 brotherhood 它可以用来指兄弟关系、手足之情或者是兄弟会，那么 sisterhood 就是指姐妹情谊或者是妇女会。好，读到课文第二部分的第一句， Besides philanthropy work, Gates is also passionate about reading. 除了慈善事业之外，比尔盖茨也热爱阅读。那我们句子里面的 besides 它是当介系词，表示除了什么之外还有什么什么，意思就跟 in addition to 是一样的，后面要记得是接名词或者是动名词。那么另外帮同学们补充 passionate 这个单字的字根。好，我们知道 passion 它是热情、热爱的意思，那它是由字根 pass P-A-S-S 它表示感觉、感受，然后加上名词字尾 I-O-N 而来的。那我们后面再加上形容词字尾 A-T-E， 它表示具有什么样的性质或是状态。把三部分合在一起就会得到 passionate 这个形容词，是指有热忱的或是热情洋溢的。好，那如果我们在 passion 的前面加上字首 com compassion， 好 com 表示共同。当我们对别人的痛苦呢感同身受，有共同的感受的时候，你就不难联想到 compassion 这个字它有同情、怜悯的意思咯。那这个字是当名词用。好，那么其实除了 pass P-A-S-S 还有一个字根叫 P-A-T-H， 这个字根也可以表达感觉、感受，像 sympathy 它的字首 S-Y-M 表示相同，那它是由 S-Y-N 而来的，那么 S-Y-N 当它碰到字母 B M、P 这些字母呢，它会拼作 SYM。那么字根 PATH 表示感受，好，相同感受，这样记得吗？接着我们再加上 Y 名词字尾 sympathy。从字首字根来看，相同感受，那这个名词它具有同情啊、同情心的意思。相反的 antipathy 它是拼作 ANTIPATHY， 前面这个 ANTI 就表示相反。那么我们说 PATH 是感觉， Y 是名词字尾，所以 antipathy 那它就有反感、厌恶的意思。好，以上是这些重点整理，我们来回顾今天的单字吧。
Alter. Taking the quote out of context completely alters its original meaning. Gene. The genes we get from our parents determine our physical appearance. Adulthood. Since so many people are attending college and delaying starting work, some scientists say adulthood should not begin until the age of 24. Passionate. Bernie has always been passionate about fighting for what he believes in. Curiosity. For Denise, a simple online search often turns into hours of reading articles because her curiosity takes over her. Recommend. Patrick's doctor recommended that he take vitamin D because he doesn't spend enough time in the sun. Download. If you want to try the program before buying it, this website has some downloads of trial versions.
Discussion Starter starts now!
Okay, folks, now it's time for our discussion starter. Roger, do you believe that the wealthy have a duty to give back to the world?
Nope. Giving back is not their responsibility because they are self-made millionaires. They did all the work. They got up and went to work every day while everybody else was just sitting around watching TV doing nothing. The rich don't owe those freeloaders a cent.
Are you kidding, Roger? Of course the wealthy have a duty to give it back to the world. They owe it to the world because they took it from the world in the first place. Who is to say that whatever they've taken is theirs in any real way? So they owe it to the world to give it back because it's not theirs to begin with, okay? Maybe it has been given to them so they can redistribute it in a good way that benefits everyone on planet Earth. Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.